90 Day Fiancé Season 11, Sarper Guven and Shekhina Garner's tensions rise ahead of their wedding. There are many reasons why the 90 Day Fiancé franchise is such a successful group of reality shows. For example, even though the franchise's cast members sign strict NDAs, fans love that they've learned an incredible amount about them. After all, there are headlines about 90 Day Fiancé cast members allegedly facing false accusations, going to prison, going through IVF, and even about their cause of death. Of course, some 90 Day Fiancé headlines are about relationship troubles, including people moving on after divorce to start new relationships. While some 90 Day Fiancé stars have left their spouse, Sarper Guven and Shekhina Garner may never get that far as they are fighting before their planned wedding date. Sarper Guven and Shekhina Garner fought about her ex, Dan. In many ways, it is shocking that any of the 90 Day Fiancé couples make it to the altar. After all, as any of the franchise's fans will already know, the couples have to survive a lot of strife that would tear apart many romantic pairs. Of course, there is all the tension that comes with one of the partners moving across the world and away from everything they'd known. On top of the obvious culture shock that would cause, the couples also have to cope with all the pressure that comes from putting their relationship in front of the world. For those reasons, it likely shouldn't surprise anyone that, before they are set to walk down the aisle, Sarper Guven and Shekhina Garner have been fighting. However, the interesting thing is that Shekhina and Sarper have been arguing over something really relatable, an ex who is still in the picture. In May 2025, In Touch Weekly published a recap of the 14th episode of 90 Day Fiancé's 11th season. That article quoted the couple arguing over Shekhina's ongoing friendship with her ex-boyfriend, Dan. A lot of viewers will be able to relate to Sarper's frustrations that Shekhina is close with her ex and her anger at his attempts to control who is in her social circle. As In Touch Weekly's article detailed, the argument got started when Sarper asked Shekhina to give him feedback on his recent stand-up comedy performance. During that performance, Sarper made a mean joke about Shekhina's ex, Dan. In May 2025, Shekhina Garner uploaded a video that was later reposted on Instagram in which she spoke about some of her issues with Sarper Guven. During that video, Shekhina complained about Sarper not taking responsibility in their relationship. The part he doesn't like is the responsibility. When asked about the performance, Shekhina told Sarper that she could have done without the Dan joke. Shekhina was also shown in a confessional interview complaining about Sarper trying to control who she is friends with. He can't just come to LA and blow up my friend group because that affects my life here too. While defending her friendship with Dan while talking to Sarper, Shekhina pointed out that she never actually slept with Dan before they broke up. Shekhina then argued that she believes that makes her friendship with Dan a lot less complicated. Shekhina also brought up that Dan showed up to Sarper's comedy show to support him. In April 2025, Reality Tea published an article looking at which 90 Day Fiancé couples the outlet believed were the most likely to get married. That article made a very definitive prediction about whether Shekhina Garner and Sarper Guven would get married. Shekhina Garner and Sarper Guven will almost definitely get married on 90 Day Fiancé Season 11. In response, Sarper openly questioned Dan's motives. Instead of accepting that Dan was being supportive, Sarper claimed that Shekhina's ex was actually playing the victim. While talking about their argument during a confessional interview, Shekhina complained about Sarper not listening when she tells him what she needs. "It's so annoying that Sarper still can't handle me telling him directly what I need him to do. It's just a control thing. Like he wants to feel in control. And when someone's telling him what they need him to do, he feels like he's being controlled." Things went awry when Sarper Guven went to make peace with Shekhina Garner's ex, Dan. Throughout their argument that was seen during 90 Day Fiancé Season 11 Episode 14, Shekhina Garner was asking Sarper Guven for one thing. All that Shekhina seemed to want was for Sarper to accept her friendship with her ex, Dan. However, when Sarper seemingly tried to make things right with Dan, things got a lot more confrontational than expected. After fighting with Shekhina, Sarper decided to meet with Dan to, as he put it, deal with their issues in the modern way. While he hinted that he was prepared to fight if needed, In Touch Weekly's aforementioned article quoted Sarper stating his intent to make peace with Dan. Shekhina wanted me to solve the situation with them, and I want to solve it for my own sake too, because wherever he comes, he caused a problem for me. While attempting to make things right, Sarper went to Dan's house. While Dan expressed surprise that Sarper wanted to talk to him after the insulting joke, he stated he was open to listen. Once they began talking, Sarper admitted to Dan that his joke was an attempt at getting revenge against Shekhina's ex. Sarper also told Dan that the only thing he wanted in the future from him was respect. If Sarper thought those comments would allow him and Dan to connect, he didn't get a very friendly response. Instead, Dan told Sarper that he saw the joke as a sign of weakness from him. According to In Touch Weekly's article, Dan also professed his own toughness, and there have been many age gap relationships across the 90-Day Fiancé franchise, but there are 8 that stand out as being overly dramatic and disastrous. 90-Day Fiancé premiered in 2014, and over the more than 10 years it's been gracing the reality TV world, some memorable couples have come through. There are 4 core 90DF shows, the OG one, Happily Ever After, Before the 90 Days, and The Other Way. Then, there are spin-offs from those, like 90 Day Diaries, 90 Day, The Single Life, and 90 Day, The Last Resort. These shows are comprised of franchise cast members in new chapters of their lives. Currently, there is a brand new spin-off in the network. 90 Day, Hunt for Love follows former cast members who are now single, as they enjoy a Tulum, Mexico, resort while trying to date each other and strangers, all while getting help with their dating skills. Exes Tim Malcolm and Jennifer Tarazona, who had a 13-year age gap relationship, have been taking center stage as their tension is palpable and Jennifer tries to sabotage Tim's experience. While Tim and Jennifer's relationship was notably problematic, there are other franchise cast members whose age gap relationships are even more toxic. The messy nature of the age gap connections on this list have been shocking, distasteful, and downright weird at times. There are some couples like 65-year-old Jenny Slayton and 35-year-old Sumit Singh who've proven age disparities can work, but the ones that don't work are more glaring. 90 Day Fiancé, 8 dramatic age gap relationships that have been total disasters. Gino Palazzolo and Jasmine Pineda. Jasmine had another man's child. Gino Palazzolo and Jasmine Pineda are the couple on this list who are surrounded by the most controversy. Gino, now 56, met Jasmine, now 38, on a sugar baby website originally, although they lied about that on the show. Despite being confronted by Jasmine's jealous, rage-driven personality when they met in person after the COVID-19 pandemic, Gino proposed, and Jasmine came to America on the K-1 visa in winter 2023. As expected, more chaos ensued between the married couple, and it led them to seek help on 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2. At the couple's therapy resort, Jasmine said she and Gino had not been intimate for 9 months, and that she wanted an open marriage. To avoid conflict, Gino agreed. However, Jasmine became pregnant with her partner in the open marriage, Matt Brownies, and she has since given birth to their daughter. The other layer of their relationship involves Jasmine's financial dependence on Gino, who Jasmine thinks tries to control her with money. Despite being closer to senior status, Gino has underscored his bad decision-making, and younger Jasmine is taking advantage. 59-year-old pilot Mark Bissett met 34-year-old Mina Mack allegedly at a restaurant in Paris, although there are rumors suggesting that Mina was a stripper, and they met in the club she worked at. In any case, Mina already had a child from another partner, and she and Mark shared a 2-year-old, Maria, together. And Mina wanted more kids. Mark's grown daughter, Jordan, felt her dad was making a mistake with Mina, and that Mina was using him for his money and lifestyle. Mina, threatened by Jordan, called her a snake, and her attitude towards Jordan showed Mina's true colors. It's possible that Mina had an anchor baby with Mark to secure her future in America, otherwise it would make sense for an almost 60-year-old to be trapped with a baby. Mina showed herself to be very demanding and calculating, immature, traits that Mark likely wouldn't find in someone his own age. 90 Day Fiancé Season 11, which they appeared in, just ended, so more will be revealed during the tell-all. Mark Bissett and Mina Mack. Mark's family doesn't trust Mino Tigerlily Taylor and Adnan Abdelfattah. They married the same day they met. Tigerlily Taylor, 41, met Adnan Abdelfattah, 22, on social media, and the pair were only talking for 4 months before Tigerlily flew to Adnan's native Jordan to meet him. Throwing all caution to the wind, middle-aged double divorcee Tigerlily married Adnan the same day she arrived in Jordan. She didn't even know that he wanted 5 kids or that she would need to present herself a certain way to appease Adnan and his Muslim culture. Tigerlily made a fool out of herself as her obvious neglect of studying her husband's culture showed. Tigerlily felt controlled and resentful, while Adnan felt like he was in the right and the authority. Moreover, Adnan has become a 90-day fiancé villain for how he acted during the Before the 90 Days Season 7 tell-all, and Tigerlily defended her young husband's behavior. With Tigerlily and Adnan's age gap, it's hard to take them seriously because of how cringy they act. This is not what I wanted. 90 Day Fiancé